All right, combat core and cardio, the rest of it. So first off, we'll start with the other exercise inside the zone. So it's Gracie side plank hip up. First week is going to be 10 Gracie crunches, 5 side plank hip up each side. Second week can be 5 and 5, and then 10 and 5 back to the third week, based off the timing there. So that's the reason for the change. So we have Gracie first, so I'm down on my backside, and hands here, legs extended, toes pointed. I'm gonna pull in, hug the knees, okay? Feet flat on the floor. Feet flat on the floor. I'm gonna come down easy, all right? I wanna extend my heels as I go out, all right? A lot of people just wanna throw their legs in the air and extend the heels slowly, okay? Make it easier. I am here pulling the heels to the butt. Oh, sorry, keeping the knees in and then extending back out. All right, shoulder blades off the ground the entire time, okay? Once I finish that, guys, for my reps, I go to 5 side plank hip drops. So side plank position, legs extended, either stacked or separate. It's up to them. Whatever's comfortable, they're gonna let their hip drop, and then they're gonna drive their hips towards the roof. Good squeeze of that bottom oblique, and then back down all the way. Make it easier. I drop to the knees for that. Okay, so I do 5 on one side, I would do 5 on the other. Now, anticipate shoulder injuries, issues. So what would work great would be a side hollow lift. So I lift, down, up, down. I'm still working my obliques, but I'm not putting any pressure extra on that. If I want to make it harder, I'm going to bring my arms overhead. I'll start arms overhead. I lift, squeeze, come back down. Lift, squeeze, come back down. Watch what their hands do. They should stay over their shoulders. A lot of times people want to give the hip hop array. Oh, hey. Keep your arms straight through that if you're giving the harder version. Now, next one is going to be the band half kneeling chop to half kneeling vertical payloft press. So pretty challenging exercise, guys. Pretty much for both, so we want to keep to the orange and the black, especially the vertical press. This is a super challenging stability exercise. So outside knee is up, inside knee is down. The way I want to hold the low angle chop, half chop, is from one palm up, which is my outside, other palm down. I'm going to bring it across my body and slow controlled back to my hip, okay? So like reverse, putting my seatbelt on, I'm going up with the movement and it's across my body. I want to be short, quick on this one. So I take a deep breath in, all the way back down. Good control, reset, all the way back down. And where they should feel that, pretty much throughout their whole core, but mostly that side oblique on the side. Now, I'm gonna make this harder by going out a little further, but make sure form is good. A lot of times people like to pull and press the band instead of keeping their arms straight and using their core for the rotation. So make sure you guys are on that. And also their hip position. You know, lazy hips, leg out to the side here, they're not gonna feel anything. That leg should be smack dab in the middle. Back foot is important as well. Toes dug in the floor. Make sure we have mats here and also Airex pads for people's knees. If anyone has trouble with this, you can get them to the half kneeling position, or sorry, split squat position, and then work the movement. The next movement will be the half kneeling payloft press. So they'll be on the same side for the whole set. I want to hold it palm in, grab it with the other hand, clench my fist over top. Already you can kind of see it pulling me back. I'm going to press it straight overhead. So good inhale. Good exhale as I push it up. Back in, inhale. Good exhale as I push it up. And it's pulling me to this side, and I should, you know, really kind of counteract that, and, you know, my muscles will fire up. It's not like a crunch or anything, so, you know, they're gonna feel their abs, but you know, you gotta work with them as far as this movement. So if they need a little extra tension, you know, time under tension at the top, so you can press it up, hold it about 3 seconds, and then pull it back in. They want to be even with the band here. Make sure it's even with their body. If they're too far behind it or too far in front of it, it's going to pull them different directions. And again, you can have them move out just a little bit more to make that more of a challenge. Again, one set one side, next set the other. After that, we have the ladder sprint to kettlebell swing. And again, I didn't touch on the reps, but 10 chop, 10 vertical payloft press. That would be the first and third week, and then second week is 5 and 5. So they would just keep alternating between those movements on that same side for that set. Then it's a ladder sprint to kettlebell swing. So we'll have the ladder set up. I would suggest having 3 ladders out. Here, guys. But basically, we want a little bit of space between the kettlebells and the ladder so people can come off, get behind the bell, and then swing it. So what I would do is start at the end ladder here. Like if we have 3, we can have one person going in at a time. Once the person gets about halfway through the ladder, the next person can go. So I'm in the ladder, 2 in each square. Quick as I can, I get behind the kettlebell, and we'll have pretty much all resistances here up to 58, I believe is what I put on the sheet. Kettlebell starts from the floor, I hike it forward, 1, 2. I do the set reps, which I believe is 5, I'll check that, and then I put my kettlebell down, I go outside the ladder, I sprint it back, and I get in line. If there's nobody in line, I'm going right down again, okay? So let's check on the reps real quick for the swing, guys. So that week, that's gonna change every week as well. So it's 10 swings down there the first and the third week. Second week is 5 swings. All right, so if someone cannot swing the kettlebell, they can always do a pop and clap. So they come down after the ladder, snap their hips forward, keep that chest up. A little less dynamic, but it's more manageable for anybody with really bad swing mechanics or low back issues. So resistances here, guys, make sure to have varied. We got 20 to about 62 because of the amount of endurance in it. We can have heavier, we can definitely have heavier, but have those weights out because it's going to take up a lot of space. And then if you see anybody crushing it, you can obviously give them a heavier kettlebell to do. But that would be to try to get through that as many times as they can every set. All right. For the finishers, we have a 2-minute partner superhero finisher. So it's pretty cool, guys. At least I think. Superman and Spider-Man exercises. So Superman is going to be the partner who's not working, it's kind of active rest, while Spider-Man 3 each side is what the partner does in the high plank position. So wrist, elbow, shoulder stacked here. I'm going to bring the knees outside the elbows. If I need to make this easier, okay, I can put my foot to the floor. And if that's too much, you can also, if anyone has wrist issues, you can do it from the low plank. So it's either or, guys, for that. And then the partner holds the Superman. All right, Superman position. Down on my chest, lift, and I'm tucking my chin. My arms are extended, I'm pulling my shoulder blades back, my toes are pointing to the floor. Common mistake for the Superman is we lift, and we extend, and it's all low back. So we don't want to extend too much. We just want to get our chest, our knees, our legs off the floor slightly, just so we're feeling that contraction through our glutes, hamstrings, and upper back. All right, chin stays tucked for that. A lot of people want to look up and see what everything else is going on. Have them keep their chin down, nose right above the floor. All right, so that's the first week, and they'll just keep alternating as many times as they can. Next week is a 2-minute half set, so bicycles for 30 seconds, in and out climbers for 30 seconds twice, so we do that 2 times. So that would be 2 minutes there. 30-second bicycles, so I'm on my back, fingertips behind my ears. I'm gonna bring my elbows to the opposing knee. Now I wanna do this slow. Common mistake for bicycles is we just try to crush the tempo there. There's a lot of rotation, so we want to be slow with it and control with it. Plus, you're working your abs better if you're going slower and under control in the movement. Keeping the shoulder blades off the ground, good extension in the legs. All right, that's the first 30 seconds. Second 30 seconds, I roll right over. I got in and out climbers. So, out with my foot, in with my foot. Sorry, foot should have went to the floor. Out with my foot, in with my foot. Out with my foot, in with my foot. Out with my foot, in with my foot. Then I would switch. Sorry, I messed that up as well. It's out, in, then switch. Out, in, out, in. All right, that way they're not, you know, in 30 seconds, if someone is slow with that, if they don't get one side in, it's just better to alternate sides every rep, okay? So out first, in, out first, in. If someone's having trouble with that, you can always stand them up. If someone's having trouble with bicycles too, you can always stand them up to the standing bicycle. And then higher, you can have them on the wall or elevate them with a plyo box if needed for that in and out climber as well. The next finisher would be 2-minute hollow hold sprint burpee. So this is partner based. Again, a lot of these finishers are partner based because of the feedback we received from clients that really enjoy working with other people and interactive finishers. So one person is going to do the hollow hold, the other person is going to sprint down to one side. We'll have this designated by cones. I want to say a good 20 feet, something like that, guys. It doesn't have to be a super amount of space because of, you know, the movements. There should be plenty of space on the floor, but, you know, adjust as need be. If the ladders are in the way or the kettlebells are in the way, you know, just move them off to the side. Bags are hung up, the bands are on the low attachment, so there's space there in that area, you know, depending on how you guys are going to set it up in GB. So just keep in mind that week 3 finisher, we need a little bit of space. So we have the hollow hold for one person while the other person goes down, does their burpee, comes back, tags their partner, and tags them in. So 2-minute part, 2 minutes, so they'll do this as many times as they can. Hollow hold is first, legs extended, arms extended. Chin is tucked, shoulder blades off the ground. Make it easier, hands here. Make it easier than that, knees in. The partner is going down to the designated area. Like say this kettlebell is a cone. I put that cone down, I sprint down, I do 5 burpees. Kick in, kick out, come back up tall, lower impact, step in, step out. I do my 5, I come down, I tag my partner, they get up, they go, I get down in the hollow hold and hold it for the length it takes them to get down and the 5 burpees. So it doesn't have to be something super long, guys. That's like 20 feet, just give them, you know, 20, 30 feet, whatever you have based off, you know, the space. In South Windsor, the way it will kind of be set up, will be split in half, you know, one half and half the other. Glastonbury, you guys have more width, we have more probably length. So just be mindful of that. You may have to move some equipment for that finisher on that last week. All right, if there's any questions, guys, reach out.